Yeah, hello, Manila. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Or wait,
How far?
okay, yeah, yeah. Good evening. Yeah, I'm doing
Okay, so
okay.
we are
Okay, let me
live
just.
already.
All right. I can see that. Okay, let me share the link to the group chat. Okay. All right, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. So, once again, I welcome you all to BlockchainUNN's weekly developer session. And today we'll be having a very interesting session on HTML and CSS. We'll be getting started at exactly 8:40. So please, as you join in, share the link with your friends, invite others, inform everyone that we've already begun because at exactly 8:40 we'll be getting started. You're welcome, everyone. So please, as you join in, get the link and share to others. Inform everyone. At exactly 4 minutes from now, we'll be getting started. So tonight is packed with a lot of value. So please endeavor to share the link with others so we get a lot of persons participating in the whole host of value that Emanuela will be sharing to with us tonight. So please, as you join in, get the link and share to others. Okay, guys. Yeah. Good evening, and once again, welcome you all to BlockchainUNN's weekly developers session. So, if you are new here, welcome. And towards the end of the session, we'll be giving a form link to join the community. So, we'll be getting started with immediate effects, and so if you are online, can you just send a hello on the chat? Can you just signify your presence on the chat? Okay, if there's anyone online, can you please just signify your presence on the chat? Okay, so it's 8:41 already. Because of time, we'll have to kickstart. We'll have to get started already. Emanuela, are you there? So yeah,
Yeah, good evening once again, Darlington. Good evening, everyone.
yeah.
Um,
Good evening, Emanuela.
Thank you. Um, you are welcome to Blockchain UNN Developer Community Session. We do this every Monday. Um, Darlington, I can see some comments. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah. I can. Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right, guys. So once again, you're welcome. You're welcome. My name is Emanuela Aguino, and we will be running the session together tonight. So let's just get started because time is going. So um tonight we're having a session on introduction to HTML and CSS. We've had two of these previously, and we built a challenge. We did something from front end mentor, and today again we'll be doing something similar. We'll pick a challenge from front end mentor and we'll be building it together. So I welcome everyone once again, and we'll be getting started right now. So, but before we begin, I would like to show us what we'll be doing. So let me open. Um, okay, I'm actually not sharing my screen yet, so sorry about that. Let me share my screen so that we can begin. Screen. Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can. I can see your screen.
Okay. All right, let's get started. So we're building this start preview components from front end mentor. So, but before we begin, I would like to show us what they expect from us, what the final thing is supposed to look like. So this is what we'll be doing tonight. This is the desktop view of what we want to make, and this is the mobile view. So basically, this when I picked out these components, what I had in mind is I want us to do something that will actually enable us to get our hands on media queries, so that we can get to learn how to make our pages mobile responsive. So we'll be getting started right away, and this I this is the starter pack from front end mentor directly. So I just downloaded it. I've not done anything on it yet. So this is basically what you will see when you download the starter pack from the website. And because you would have to build this on your own after this class, just to as we do it usually. You get, so you do it and then you submit it to the our blockchain UNN repo, but that's after the class. So basically, when you download the file and everything, this is what you will see. And if you're actually familiar with what's it called? If you're familiar with front end mentor and front end mentor projects, basically, I'm sure this should not be new to you. So I'm going to quickly open up my VS Code and we will begin. So I will open the folder inside VS Code and get started. Excuse me. I this is what I want to open. My front-end mentor, and so this is it, and I'll open up my index.html. So basically, they provided this raw HTML file for us. So I will now be the one to do what I want to do with this to do with the HTML and actually structure it the way I want to be. But again, before I continue, I want to be sure that you can still see my screen. Darlington, please, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I will be getting started. So this is what I have here, and but before I carry on, there's an error somewhere. From here, okay. It's the VS Code is saying that I have to include a no opener to the link. So basically, this is the attribution part. It's not really part of the it's not really part of what we are doing. It's not really part of the project per se. It's not really part of what the picture is, but it's just something you can add to your website so that people can know that okay, this is the person that built it. So you can see where it says challenge by you put your name, and then okay, the challenge is by front end mentor, and then coded by this is where you put your name here. You put in your name. So basically, when you open this, it's supposed to lead you to a blank page as it says here. So again, sorry, Darlington, is my screen visible enough? Is the font clear?
You could just increase the font a little bit. Yeah, increase it a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. Where's that? I think under appearance. Screen. I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Check your settings. Check the settings icon at the bottom.
Okay. I wonder if I had to zoom. Okay. Sorry, I've actually never had to increase my font because it's okay. So let's try 16. 16 should be okay, right? Or should I make it 18?
Okay, try 16. Let's see how it looks like.
Okay. So let me know. Is that okay? Okay. So this is what it looks like. Is it okay now? Is it better?
Okay, just try 18. I think 18 will be the best. 16 is still looking a little bit. Yeah, use 18.
All right, 18. All right, is that better?
Yeah, this is better. Yeah, this is better.
Okay. So like I was saying, I'm seeing this red. I actually don't like getting these marks on my page. In case you're wondering why I'm starting from the bottom first, I actually want to take this thing out of here. So this red mark that is here. So I'm just trying to take it out. So basically, VS Code is telling me that I have to include a rel no opener. So basically I have to put that in. So the rel what it does is, since this is going to open in a blank page, and basically according to my research online, adding this rel no opener is going to prevent the prevent any crawlers from the website, prevent them from being able to access other files that you actually don't want them to get access to. So I'm going to do this and just put this in here. So once I put this, it should disappear. So that's it. And so let's get started basically. So like I said, this is the structure, the HTML structure that they have provided for us. And so they even included like a style attribute for the attribution part. That is if you want to have your attribution there. If you don't want to input the attribution, that's also fine. It doesn't affect your work at the end of the day. So I'm going to take out this style. I will add it later in my CSS file. So I'll just take it out of here because I don't like how it clutters my work. So I'm taking it out. So starting from the top, let's just basically run through our HTML before we actually start to structure it. So we have our doc type HTML basically. This is the head. So the meta tags and everything is present. The link. Okay, this link now is to the favicon. Um, we'll get to that. We'll get to favicon, so we'll see what that look like and how it appears there. So the meta viewport tag basically. So this part of the head most times is usually auto generated by your VS Code. So you don't really have to stress yourself, but it's good to do proper research on them also to know actually what each of them does. So okay, the viewport tells us that it displays the site properly based on the user's device. So basically, this is what viewport, the meta tag viewport, this is basically what it does. This is our title, front end mentor, start preview components, which is what we are building. So that's the head. So we get into the body. So the body, you can see that they just gave us a block of text over here. Just give us text, nothing. So this is just what my body part looks like. And I'm going to return the text. So we now have to structure this body to actually look like what we want it to look like. So, but before we carry on, I would want to open this here so that I can actually see what I need to do. I like to put the design somewhere. No, not this. I like to put the design. I like to put what I am building. Rather, I like to put it close so that I can easily look at it and be sure that I'm working according to plan. Not this. I want to use this particular one. So yeah, I want to use this particular one. So this is the design, and we'll be building the desktop view first of all, and then we'll go over to the mobile view, and hopefully we should be able to cover that tonight. But even if we don't cover it tonight, we'll just continue next week. But we'll try to run through it as fast as possible so that we'll get through it quickly tonight. So this is what we are supposed to do basically. So we have the tag, we have the this is like a card component, like you can see. So we have different. This is actually a very simple card. We have a picture by the side and then the text block. So to get started, we'll come back to our HTML file. Before I carry on, of course, we have to create a CSS file and actually link everything properly. So let me quickly do that before we move on. So I'll give this styles.css. So the CSS file actually didn't come with the it didn't come with the what's it called? It didn't come with the front end mentor with the folder, with the starter pack. So I'm going to link up my CSS over here. So I'll just put it here. So link styles, it's actually styles.css. So to make sure it links properly. Let's do a quick check to ensure that it's working. So I'm going to give a funny background color to this. So just to make sure that what I did is actually working. So let's just try red. I need to do something dramatic so that I can be sure if not really dramatic, but I just actually want to know if what I did there is working. I'm going to open this with my live server and look at it. Okay, so it's working. So we get back to VS Code and take that out because I actually don't want my background color to be red. So I'm taking it out. So moving on. So this is what we are doing. So as we work on this, you'll see me come back intermittently to look at this picture so I can be sure that I'm still on track. Well, again, before we carry on, I will open. If you notice here, you can see that we have a style guide. So this style guide is provided by Front End Mentor, actually. So it's supposed to like help you to it helps with the files, some files that you need, not necessarily files, but some details that you need, like the background color, just different things, the font size, recommended font size, the font weights, and the particular font family that we'll be making use of. So also we'll be using some things from here to do this. So we'll be getting started. These are the files that are provided to us. Okay, at the end we'll go through the README to actually know how to set up our README files. So, but basically this is what we need to start with this. There's no JavaScript because this is just a simple card components, HTML and CSS. So we'll be getting started immediately. So inside my body tag, before everything, I would like to give a container, a div that will contain everything that I'm doing. So this text, I will actually bring this text back up, but let's just carry this in. So I'll give this a div with a class of container. So basically, this container is going to contain everything, like the name says, it's going to carry everything in this my project. So it's the container. This is what, when I say container, this is what I picture. The container is this whole part that is bearing this card. So this is the body. The body has the background color, that background color, and then the container is going to be inside here. So I'm actually leaving this text file here for a reason. So I hope it's not confusing. Or should I, let me just take it out. Let me just take it out so that it doesn't really confuse you so much. I'm going to create a text file here. Let me call it text.txt. So I'm going to put my text inside there so that our HTML doesn't look too bloated. So I'll be taking the text out of here intermittently when I need it, and then eventually I will delete the text file because it's not actually part of what I'm doing. I will also remove my attribution, div and the attribution. It's I'll bring all of that back later. So let's just actually put it here to make it easier for us to see. So basically, when you start working, this is what your HTML should look like. This is what you have over there. So to have my container, like I said, the container is this card that you can see here, and if you look at the card, you can see that there's a text part and then there's an image part. So this is also how I will structure my HTML. I would want to structure my HTML such that there's a part that bears the text and then a part that bears the image. So let's get back in here and give a div again. So I'm going to have a div now with a class of, I'm going to have div with a class of text container. So this part will contain my text. This is my div that will bear my text, and then I will have another div that will bear the image. As you saw over there, there's also an image. So I'm going to have it in an image container.
Hello, Manuela, are you still there? I can't hear you. Okay, guys, I think she had a little network issue. She should be back in a jiffy. Okay.
Yeah. I actually just realized that. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I went off. I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Like clearly? Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly now.
All right. Okay. So let's carry on. Sorry about that. I actually did. Okay. I also I'm also seeing like Kenny Logan says my screen is blurred. I don't know if is it better now?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is better from my end. So I don't know. Logan, try increasing your your resolution, your video resolution from your YouTube settings.
Okay. I think that should be it. Also another thing. Sorry, quickly before I carry on. I have like a screen filter. Is that what it's called? I have night lights on. I don't know if it affects if it's affecting the video on your end, Darlington. Is it clear on your end?
Well, I'm using my laptop. So what I want to do, I want to just check from my phone to confirm if maybe It's having issues on phone because I can see it clearly from my laptop. But let me check my phone now. I'll give you feedback in a minute.
All right. Okay, so but guys, if it's clear on your end, please can you put in the chat box so I can be sure it's clear so we can carry on. Is it clear on your end?
Okay. On phone, I guess you might have to just increase the font size a little more. It's quite tiny.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, increase the font size.
Let me
Yeah.
quickly do that. Okay. So I should probably use maybe 24. What do you think? Let's try
Yeah, try
24. So
24.
okay. Is how does it look on your end?
Yeah, this looks way better. This is way better now.
Okay.
Okay, guys, if this is still if this is clearer, can you just confirm on chat? Okay, yeah, better now.
Scholastica says it's tiny. Okay, it's better now. Okay.
No,
Okay.
yeah, better now. It's
All
better
right, all
now.
right, all right, all right. Let's carry on. So, so like I was saying earlier, basically, I said what I said initially is that our card component has a text part and an image part. So because of that, I'm going to have a text container. I'm going to have a container for the text. I'm going to have a container for the image. So that's actually what I'm having doing over here. And basically, it's all going to be contained inside the general container, which is the card itself, that you can see here. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to have a div now. This div now will be for my image. So I'm going to call it image container, right? So that's my div basically. So this is the container that will contain my everything. And I'm also going to, for my attribution, I'm also going to have a footer for my attribution. I want it to be like at the foot of everything. So I will bring that in later, but let's actually get back to the text component. So looking at our image again, like I said, we always have to come back to the image to look at what we have and everything. So I can see this first part now, which says get insights that help your business grow. So for this part, I will actually use a H2. It looks like a H2 element to me. It's like a header element, you understand. You can't really use H1 because that would be too big. um I mean, it's a personal choice too. So maybe you can either decide to use H2 or H3 and probably increase the font size. So, but I went with I'm choosing to go with H2 rather. So I'm going to put a H2 element, and then I'm going to bring my text over. So it says get insights that help your business grow. So I'm going to copy this over and put it in here. Right. And then the next part says discover the benefits of data, blah blah blah. So this part should be in a paragraph element. From what it looks like, it should be in a paragraph element. So let's get that too. So I'm going to also copy this. Okay. Put this in. Alright, okay. So that's that. So the last part of the text components has this. So this is like this is something that shows like the stats of what this business has achieved over time. So basically the numbers of people they've been able to reach, the numbers of things they've been able to achieve basically. So basically this is like the statistics. So I'm also going to have this over here. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to I'm going to put it in paragraphs basically. So right, so I'm going to have 3 paragraph elements. Let's look at this again. The 10K plus companies, blah 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 blah. All right. So I have this 10K plus companies. Okay. Bring it over. The same for maybe. I have 314 templates. So guys, if I happen to be speaking too fast, please feel free to call me back. I will be checking the chat intermittently to ensure that I'm not running too fast. So I'll put this, and that's basically it. So this is it for our text container. Yeah. So that's all the text we have. The next part is the image. So but this image has it has an overlay. So I'm not going to put an image inside my HTML. Rather, I'm going to put it in the CSS so that it would enable me to now put the overlay that you have on top of it. Let me show you what the image looks like. The image originally is a black on white image. Let me open it so you can see what it looks like. So this is what the image looks like. As you can see, it's black and white, but our final sorry, VS Code does this to me. Let me open my design file again, and this is the design. So let's do this image here. So this is the image. The image is white and black, but the final result I aim to achieve has a purple shade over it. So I'm going to put it in the CSS to enable me do that. So let's get that done. So basically, so far my HTML is done to an extent. Whatever else I have to do, I can come back to do that. So because I'm using live server, I'm going to open this using my live server so that you can see what we have. So this is our HTML so far. Nothing has been put on it yet. So I think we can begin to style it for now and carry on from there. So but getting back into VS Code, all right, so this is my CSS file, and then this is desktop. So if you can observe from here, I have a background image, which is like a dark blue background. So we'll go into our style guide and see what front end mentor recommends for this. So if looking in our style guide, you see that under colors, you can see that the main background, as it says here, the main background has this background color, right? Then the card itself has this particular background.
Okay, Emanuela, I can no longer hear you. Okay.
Sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Let's carry on. So like I said, I'm going to apply the background color to my page so that I can see it. As usual, I'm using live server. So once I save it and bring it back here, you can see that the background has changed. Now also you can observe that I can no longer see my text because the entire text color is in black, but I've also applied a dark background, which basically hides my text. So for now, I'm going to put a text color here. I'm just going to put a color of white so that we can see what we are doing. So let's do this here. So yeah, this is my text. So I will now begin to apply the styles to my my container, my image, everything. So I'll come back inside here. So my if you observe, you would see that my card has a different background color, and like I said, my card is this one that has the class of container. So I'm going to apply the background color to my container so that we'll start to see what it looks like, and also give it a margin so it can all right. So this is the color I intend to. So I'm going to select the class of container, and then give it a background color. You can see what it's like. Okay, so this is my container now. As you can, if you observe, you see that the rest of the part of the web page is darker than the part that is containing the text. So if you observe from my HTML, the entire text is actually inside the container element, and because the container element it's a div basically. So and a div is like a block element. So it will take the size of the div is determined by the size of what is inside this, right? So that's why my div is this small. It's just this height, because it's the text that gives it the height that it has. So when we add our image, you'll see that the height will come down a little. The height will actually increase a little bit. So but let's get back to styling our container. So let's take a look at this again. So I'm trying to make my container to come over to the center of the page. So I want it to appear here. So I'm going to come here and let's try this. I'm going to give it a margin. I'm going to give it a margin of auto, basically. So it's supposed to get some. Okay. All right. I'm going to add the image now. I want to add the image now. There's I'm trying to I don't know what a standard workflow is like, but I'm trying to the best of my knowledge to actually follow kind of like a standard workflow. But I would also be working based on how I know how to do best, basically. So I'm going to add the image. The image is in my mind, it helps me to actually structure the page better and know how the whole thing goes. So I'm going to go over to I'm going to get the image from my files here and actually add the image, give it a height so that the whole thing starts to look like something for me. It will help with the styling. So I think I should get the image section done first of all, so that we can carry on from there. So I'm basically going to come down here and then select my image container. Okay, it has a class of image container, so let's copy this. Let's copy this and put it in here. Darlington, can you still hear me? Hello, Darlington.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. All right. So looking into our HTML, we have a container. Like I said, a div is like a block element, right? So it doesn't have a height, it doesn't have any dimensions until you put something inside it. So I'm going to put the image in it to actually give it a size. So looking at this div that is like the image container, it doesn't really have a size. Doesn't really have a size. So I'm going to give it a background, right? I'm going to give it a background so that we can begin to see the image. So I'm going to use a background here, and I told you initially you would assume that I would put the image in the HTML. So, but putting that in the put if I had put my image in the HTML file, it would have been tough for me to add the overlay. Like I said, there's like a purple covering here. There's like a purple overlay, right? There's a purple overlay here. So if even I put it in the HTML, it would actually be a tough write. So this putting it in the CSS basically makes my life easier. So I'm going to add a background. I'm going to use the image as a background. I'm going to add a background and use the URL of the image to put it. So the image, this image I'm trying to use, this particular one, the image header desktop. So I'm going to select the folder where it's located, which is images slash, okay, the name comes up. So I'm doing this for desktop, so I'm going to use desktop here. So let's save this and see if it looks like. Okay. Now you can see that it doesn't show up yet. So I'm going to add a background size, give it a size so that it's background size of cover. I'm going to give it a width. If you look at this image, if you look here, you can see that it's evenly divided in the card. There's like the image takes up 50% of the page, the text takes up 50% of the page. So I'm going to also give the image a width. So I want it to take up 50% of the entire container where it's supposed to be located in. So I'm going to also come in here and give it. Let me take a look at this first of all. Okay. Trying to add a width of 50%. So I want it to take up 50% of the. I want it to take up 50% of the page. Also going to give it the height. So let's try a height of maybe 200 pixels. So this is my image right here. So I gave it the height of 200 pixels, and it's kind of cutting it off. So, but first of all, before we get there, I want my image to be on the right side of the image. Now it's coming down. It's been pushed down as per the standard HTML flow. HTML flow, it goes from the top to the bottom basically. So my image, because my image container is located down, the image has to be brought down. So, but I'm going to give it a position now that to bring it over to the right. I'm going to give it a position of relative. Sorry about that. Let's try left. I'll give it a left value. Let's say 200 pixels. Let me see if it moves. Okay, so it's moving now, right? So I want this image to actually appear over at the right. So I'm going to do more than that. But let's increase the height first before, so I can be sure. I want the full height of the image to show up. Okay, okay. So I can see the full height of the image now. So um okay, instead of actually using left, I think let me try right 0. Let me give it the right value of 0. Because of this position, I'm trying to position it properly, right? So let me oh my god, sorry. Let me try right 0. So let me see if that should work. Okay, no. So I actually have to push it from the left. So I'm guys, I'm doing this with the assumption that you understand how position CSS positioning works, right? Okay, let me quickly take a look at the chat box and see if there's any confusion. So um you can let me know. Is there any confusion on what I'm doing with the positioning? Okay.
I don't think there's any confusion. I can't send any reply on the chat yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. Ebube says you don't understand the image. Okay. The positioning. Okay, so basically, there's CSS positioning. Basically, I'm trying to position this image, right? This is what I have so far. Here's my web. Okay, this is what I have. This is basically the structure. What my web page looks like. So I'm trying to make this image now to come over to this side. So to do that, I'm going to give it a position. There's under CSS position we have some values. We have some properties that we use to position CSS elements. So there's absolute positioning, there's relative, there's sticky, there's fixed. So all of that basically helps you to position your elements properly. But because of time, I may not really be able to go deep into the different forms of positioning. Maybe after the class you can look into it, right? So but basically with each type of positioning that you choose, you can now be able to move the element to where you want it to move to using the values of um um top, right, bottom, and left. So if you give it a left value, it means you are pushing it from the left with that amount of the amount of value that you've given it. So coming over here, I'm using like I'm giving it like left 500 pixels from the left, right? So basically, what I'm trying to do is that I want to move it from the left angle. I want to move it 500 pixels away from the left. So let's see what it does to our page. Okay, so you can see now it has pushed it. It has pushed it from. It was here initially. Let's do that again so that you can see what I just did. Let me remove this. So you can see it has gone back to the what's it called? It speaks to the left part of the web page, right? This is automatically how HTML elements are always structured. Everything you write will always be left aligned, basically. So, but I'm pushing it away from the left now by 500 pixels, and this is what it gives me. It now brings my image over here. So I will still push it. So okay, I actually just realized something, guys. I actually just realized something now. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. If you look at this image, right? If you look at what I have here, you can see that I have, like I said earlier, I have a text area over here, and then I have my image area over here. So looking at my CSS, I gave my image now a width of 50%. So basically, I want this image to take up 50% of the of the entire container. You get. So but my text now, actually my text is pushing my image down, right? My text is pushing my image down because the text is still taking up 100% of the page. This text now in my raw HTML file over here. This is what I have so far. So this text now is still taking up 100% of this entire web page. So that's why I was confused initially, because once I had given this a 50% width, it was actually automatically supposed to come up by the right over here. So but it didn't do that. This text now itself is also a block element, and one property of block elements is that they take up the entire width of the line where they exist. So like this now, this entire place now, can get insights that help your business grow. This entire line now is the H2 element, right? And then the H2 element is a block element. So what it simply means is that this H2 now, nothing again can be here except I use positioning to manipulate it, right? The same thing goes for the paragraph elements which I use to write this part. So basically, this whole div now is taking up this part of the entire thing, and that is actually why the 50% width did not apply to this. So, but let's continue. Let's just continue and actually look at how positioning works. And then when I give a width to my text container, I wouldn't need the positioning values again. Um, I hope I'm not running too fast, guys. If I'm running too fast, just feel free to notify me in the chat box. I can slow down a little bit. So 500 pixels didn't do it for us, right? So let me try maybe like 800, right, and see what 800 is. Okay, 800 actually gives me what I want. Yes, Darlington, sorry, I wanted to mention earlier. Can you hear me, Darlington?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just realized this. Our song is still playing. I don't know if it's actually disturbing what's going on.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I just continue, it's fine.
Okay. I wanted to be sure the music wasn't disturbing us. Okay, so the 800 pixels now has actually given us what we wanted from this from this image. So it has basically pushed this image over to the right for me, right? So and this is what I wanted initially. But I'm going to save myself several lines of code, right? And just simply I'm going to give a width to my image element, because my image already has a width of 50%, and my text container too has to have that width too, so that it can actually it can all align well. So coming back to my HTML now, let's take a look again at the structure of my HTML so that we can be sure we are following along with what we are supposed to be doing. So inside my container element, right, I have the text container, and then I have the image container. So when you write your CSS, it's always best to write your CSS in a way that will allow another person to read it, because when you write code as a developer, you are not always the only person that will read your codes, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is that I have my container already. So the next thing that comes after my container is actually my text container. So I'm going to put that here before the image container comes up. So again, in case you didn't get me earlier, why I'm trying to give a width to my text container first of all, before carrying on with working on my image, so that we can save ourselves some time, right? So I'm just going to give this let's give it 50% first of all and see what that looks like. Okay, it gives it 50%. Okay, if you take a look now, you will notice that my text now, which initially was taking up this whole line, it was taking up this whole line initially, because I've given it 50%. It actually cut down this text now to bring this particular paragraph to the next line. So that shows it's working. But now 50% actually will not allow my image to still apply up there. And again, if you actually take a look here at the design that we have, if you take a look, you observe that there's some there's a bit of space over here, right? So that has to come in somehow. So I'm going to reduce this 50%, right? So I'm going to maybe try maybe 40%. Let's see how that looks. And okay, I have my 40% over here now. So it gives the space that I need from it. So going over. Sorry guys, please excuse me. Let me quickly check. I think I got a message initially. Okay. Okay. All right, Darlington, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Darlington.
you.
Okay. I just wanted to notify you. I got your message. So,
Okay, yeah, it's fine. Just continue. Yeah.
all right, guys. So moving on. So let's carry on. So let's get back into our CSS. So I have my image. I've given my text a width of 40%, right? I've given my image a width of 50%. So, but if you look, it's still not actually coming up the way I want it, right? So I want this image to I want to place these two things side by side, and it's actually not giving me what I want yet. So let's see how to work on that. So I'm trying not to use positioning for this, right? I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to save myself some text. What's it called? Some lines of code. I'm trying not to use positioning here, but I feel like I might actually have to eventually use that positioning that I'm avoiding. So let me just give you the left margin basically of this is to my image now, right? I'm trying to push my image over there. So let me just give it the left of initially what gave me what I wanted was 800 pixels. So let's go with 800 again and see if it does what I want. Okay, it's moving now. Okay, that's fine. Come back over here. Now, if you look, you can see that
Okay, Manuela, I think we just lost you again.
okay, yeah, it's working now. But if you can actually observe something, the image is now moving out of it's even moving out of the container, right? This is something that relative positioning does. So basically, relative positioning it's or positioning generally, it's doing this relative to the web page. So it has moved it has even moved it out of the container. If you can observe, there's some space here. It's actually not going to what I have to reduce these values basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's try 200 pixels and see if it brings it down for me. Okay, it has come down. My 800 pixels actually I also have to work on that. So let's say maybe 700 to bring it in a bit. Okay, it's now in, but it's not. I just observed something, because these two backgrounds they seem really close, right? So I don't know if I'm even talking about the margin it's giving from the container. I don't know if it will be clear for you to see, if it's clear for you guys to see. So I was supposed to give a size to my container initially before doing all of this, but I just wanted to just get the whole structure done. But I think I should do this whole sizing, right? Let's do this sizing so that it will make our work easier. So I look at this now. This is you can want to give it a weight of it's this card is obviously not taking up 100% of the weight. This is the entire web. This is like the weight of the web page, right? So, but the card is taking up. Let's say this card should be taking up somewhere between I think 80 to 90% of the web page. So let me try 80% of the web page and see what it does. So I'm going to come back to my content, which is the main thing I did. I gave it a margin of auto initially. So auto margin of auto kind of it centralizes what you've done. It gives it a margin. It gives it equal margin from all sides. So let me give it a size now so that you see that margin at play. So I'm going to give it a weight. I said let's try a weight of 80%. 80% of the viewport weight rather. So it's denoted by VW. So VW basically means viewport. So 80 VW means 80% of the width of the viewport. Now this is what your viewport is. Your viewport is from this end of your screen to the other end, basically. So I've not saved myself. So let me save this and see what's my okay. So you can see what's my sorry, what's this called? You can see my card now. It's centralized. I'm going to have to let me quickly let me comment this image out so that you can take a good look at the background and see what it looks like. So let's just comment this out. I've taken the image out. So if you look now, you can see that my card is actually like in the middle of my page, right? So let's put that back in. Okay, so I have this now. It's obviously moving out of the container and it's not supposed to be like this. So we have to do this whole positioning thing again so that we can actually position it properly. Guys, this is what my workflow is like. Basically, there's always a lot of like back and forth. If something is not working, I like to actually go back to the start and try to run it again. So now that I've actually sized my I've given my card a weight, right? And the weight looks okay to me. The weight looks like something I want it to have. I'm trying to get my image to comply to that weight. So it has come back down to here again. So now let's actually get this thing into a position. That we want it to be. Guys, please excuse me for a minute. So okay. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to okay, anyways, asking a question is it that the image is being tracked from your folder that you're using just left? Okay, no, not because the image is coming from a folder, right? It's just I'm using just left because that is how positioning works. So positioning when you okay, you know what? We're actually all learning. So let's do a quick dive. Let me just show you how CSS positioning works, right? So that you can see what it's like. So when you are working, it's also a good thing to make Google your friend for anything, any confusion you have. Let me open up this article from. Let me use MDN docs. So okay, if you can see from what they have here now, they said the position CSS property it sets how you position an element in the document, right? So these are the properties it takes. It takes top property, it takes right, it takes bottom, it takes left. So basically this is oh wow. I think Yeah, okay, so this is my finished story. So like I was saying everybody, so basically that's how CSS positioning works, right? So once you've declared like a position, so I gave it the position of relative, right? So now the relative on its own doesn't really do anything. The only thing it can basically do for it is that it takes out that it takes that element out of the flow of the entire web page. So you now manipulate it by using the like giving it different values, right? So if I give this image a margin left, let's give the margin left like you suggested, and then actually see what it happens. Let me give you the margin left. Now structure. Okay. You can see the margin left also works, right? Margin left works. Let's see margin bottom. Trying to see something. Margin bottom of 200 pixels, right? Okay. Now the margin bottom doesn't work for this. Okay. So margin bottom doesn't work, but margin left works. So anyway, when you actually working with positions, it's not the margin you're working with really. It's just the properties of the position. Like I said, all the position components, all the position components, they have this thing. So let me write it out here for you to actually take a look. So like I said in CSS positioning, you have different maybe after this class you can read up on it, or this class is also a good avenue for you to learn it. But basically, because we'll not be looking into all the kinds of positioning, that's why it's good. Maybe after the class you can look into it. So we have absolute positioning, we have relative, which is the one I'm using right now. We have fixed positioning, and we have sticky. These are the four kinds of positioning they have in CSS, right? So each of them does different things. So each of them has like different things they do. So you can just read up on it to know more about that. So, but anyway, left is something that works with positioning. So I'm going to get back to that um, value I gave it initially, 700 pixels from the left to give me this. Okay, it still moves out too much, so I'm going to release it maybe 500 pixels. Because CSS is basically plus and minus. Really. So you look into it and if okay, it comes it comes into it. So let's try 600 and see if that goes. Okay, 600 is a bit okay. Trying to add maybe like 10 pixels to it. So that's something 10 pixels, right? So I want it to be on the edge of the container. Okay, now it's at the edge of my container, right? So this is what I want. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to now take it up to the top here. So take it to the top, I'm going to give it a margin, a bottom margin now. Just bottom, right? Not bottom, let me check. Okay, now it's fixed at the top for me. Okay, so that's good. That's good so far. I have my image right where I want it to be. So let's get into let's take a look at this so far. Okay, so our web page is beginning to have some kind of structure, right? It's beginning to have a bit of structure, but it's not exactly what we want it to be yet. But we're getting there, right? So let's carry on. So I have my image placed. The next thing I need to put is I need to get give it the overlay now. If you look at this, you can see that there's something covering the image. Meanwhile, what we have is just it's just a it's just a white and black image. So we're going to work on that now. The overlay of the image. So get into my CSS, and I have my image container over here. So now this is a good time to mention. I think this should be a good time to mention that to add an overlay to this image, right? I need to have like another. I need to have like a separate div for it. So that div now is what I will apply that overlay to, not actually my image itself, but I'm going to apply that overlay to a div. So but the div will still be part of like the image container, right? It still be like the inside here. This is my image container over here. So I'm going to put another div here now with a class of overlay. So that div now is what now bears the background I want to add to this. I don't like to call it background because it's not. If you look at this, it's not exactly a background. It's more like a foreground. But if I say background, just know that this is what I'm referring to. This color, something that is on top of this image. That's what I'm trying to add right now. So I'm going to give it a div over here. I'm going to add a div. Right. Going to div with a class of overlay. Let's just call it overlay in the image. So save that. It's going to be an empty div. So like everything I'm actually manipulating on this image, everything I'm doing to this image is happening inside the CSS. As you can see, there's no image in my HTML. So let's go into our CSS and do something with that. But people, before we carry on, Darlington, are you there?
Yeah,
Darlington,
I'm
can you hear
here.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think I'm off again.
Okay, can you
Sorry,
hear
can
me?
anyone hear me? If you can hear me, can you put in the chat? I think I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can
Okay. I think the network might be slow on my end. Can you hear me clearly?
yeah, I can hear you
My network.
clearly.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, how much time do we have?
All right, we have less about 11 minutes more.
Whoa, wow. Okay. We've actually not gone anywhere. Anyway, let's consider. I actually, wow. Based on my
Yeah,
calculations, right? I had assumed that we'll even finish at least the web version, the desktop version, so that even if we don't finish everything, maybe next week we'll carry on with the mobile version. But let's still continue, right? So wherever we are able
yeah,
to get. Sorry.
yeah. Let's just continue. Yeah, let's just continue. Wherever we get by 10, we could just stop there and continue next week. We'll still be having a session next week too.
Sure. Okay. All right now. So moving on, right? So I was saying something about adding the overlay. So like I said, we added the class right there. We added the class to this our image container, and then we added a div. Sorry, we added a div inside the image container. So this div now, which I called overlay, is supposed to now carry the background I want to add on top of this my background image, so that it will begin to look like what we have over here. So let's look into the style guide and see what they have for us. So under this place now, they gave us this color, this soft violet, to use for the the overlay part basically. So I'm also going to copy this color right like this. I need to make sure this is actually the right because there are several colors here, but this is the this should be for the overlay. Anyway, I'm going to target my overlay right here, overlay, and then give it a background color. Um, Let me see what that does first. Let's reduce the color. Okay, doesn't show up. Um, okay, so it's not showing. Let me check my HTML. There's something wrong. Okay. Okay, my overlay is on. It's actually an empty div, right? And I even said something. Imagine, I said something earlier, right? I said a div will not. If you just write like a div element, right? It won't take any height. It won't take any width. It doesn't have any shape until you actually put something inside it. It's either you put something inside it or you give it like a height and a width, right? So now this overlay, this particular div now is located inside my image container. So for it to have a height, I want it to. It's going to take a height for so that we can begin to see. So let me just give it a height of It's supposed to cover the image entirely. Actually, it's supposed to cover the image entirely. So let me just like give it a height of 100% of my image. The image is located in the image container here. So I want it now to take 100% of this particular container, which is the size of the image. So I'm going to give it a height. I'm also going to give it a width of 100%. Right. So should take the size of the. Let me see. Okay, it has appeared now and is entirely covering my image. Right. So I'm going to have to this particular thing that is happening here now is the what we call it's called opacity. So basically this thing is opaque, so you can't see through it, right? So but in like we know now when they told us about what's it called, transparency in primary school, right? So you have things that are opaque that you can't see through, and then you have transparent ones. So I want to get this thing to be transparent so that I can still see my image behind it, but I can see it, I can see the color. So I'm going to just try to make this overlay. I'm going to try to make it transparent a bit. So to make something transparent, you give it values that range from between 0 and 1 in CSS. You give it a value that ranges between give you a value that ranges between 0 to 1, but you won't get to 1. So basically your values have to range between 0 to 0.9, right? So 0 is not even actually, if you give it 0, it will actually become completely transparent. It will be like it's not there. So let's see what 0.1 does. Okay, that's showing. Let's try 0.4. Sure. Okay, you can see now you can begin to see that the shade over it, right? I'm going to increase it to, let's say, maybe 0.8. Let's see how 0.8. 0.8 is too much. So basically this is how CSS works, right? So you just keep adding and trial and error until you get what looks like it. So this image is not actually giving me what I want. It's not giving me what I want. The color is not. I mean, is it just my eyes? But it doesn't look like it matches what we have here. That one color looks a little bit different. Anyway, I'll just keep trying to manipulate it until I get something, maybe 0.6. Mhm. Okay. No. So I'm going to do a quick check. Under color codes, there are like different ways of writing colors now. So they've given us HSL, which is HSL stands for what's that? Hue, saturation, and is it lightning? I'm not really sure what the value is, sha, but it's different. The colors are manipulated by using different values now. So
Emmanuel like there.
okay, so this is the RGB value for this color. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. So basically, different percentages of red and green and blue will give you a color that you're looking for. So let me. I find that most times when you have a color you're working with, the HSL value. So basically, I'm converting the value that you can see. I just copied that color directly over here. So this is the color, right? So, but if I get the RGB value, most times it's not even exactly the same color. Most times. Let's put it in now and see if it gives us the same thing. Meanwhile, this is what we have. This is what we have as our. Sorry about that. This is what we have, right? Well, we have it as HSL. So I'm trying to make it into RGB, just simply because that's what I'm comfortable working with, right? On your own, you can also decide to use whatever color code or color combination that you work best with. So I'm going to use this because this is how I work best. So I'm going to give this the um. So I'm going to give this RGB. This is an RGB color. So um, there was an opacity, so it becomes A RGBA to give it that transparency that we had initially. We had it at 0.6. Right, so let's take a look and see if it's okay. This is it. It's still not giving me what I want, so this is the color I want. This is the color I want. So let's just try to manipulate it. So over here, this is when if I'm working with like a particular color and then it's actually not giving what I want. This is where I come and then I try to move this till I get something that looks like what I need, right? So let me try this color. I'm looking for a darker purple. I'm looking for like a darker shade of purple, which I'm not getting. So let's try with this and see if it works. Okay. I think it's coming close, right? It's beginning to look like it. Let's see so I can compare. Okay, we are almost there. So let me try again. Let me try maybe let me see if 0.7 will do the trick for me. Gets it darker. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we are close to an extent. So I think we'll go with this. We can go with this particular um color shade because we don't actually have time to be on your own. Maybe you can now decide to if you kind of like have like that eye for design, you'd like to get things perfect or something. Maybe you can now actually mess with the colors, right? Mess with the colors and see if you can figure out something that will work. Okay, so that's for the overlay. So let's quickly work on the text. Let's quickly work on this text part. So we have our text written out already in our HTML and everything. But if you come over here, you can see that Front end mentor also recommends fonts that we should work with, some font families that we should work with. So we have the Inter font, and then we have this one Lexen Deca. So we also get these fonts. So I didn't want to do this earlier so that I could show us how to get fonts from Google. In case you are new to this, so you go to fonts.google.com, search for the fonts that you're looking for. So you come over here, you type in the name of the font you're looking for. So I'm looking for Inter. So we pull it up. So this is the font that I'm looking for, right? Not this. So this is what the font looks like. This entire thing here. I'm going to come back to my style guide. So Inter has the weight of 400 and 700. I will come over here. This 400, regular 400, you select 400, you come over to 700, you select your 700. I'm not selecting them because I already had them selected initially. So this is it here. I had them selected, so I may not need to select them again. If I click this now, I'm basically deselecting what I selected initially. So I'm just going to add it back. Do the same thing for the other font, which is Lexen. What's the name? Lexen. Right. So this is the second font that we need. This particular thing, and so for this particular one, it's just 400 that we need. So you select your 400. So if you come over here, Google Fonts now shows you the fonts that you selected. I've selected Inter. I selected the weights of 400 and 700. I selected this Legend Deca, which is also the weight of 400 only. So now to import this particular font into my file that I'm working with, I can either choose to import it as a link. So if I was importing it as a link, I just have to copy this, right? Copy everything here. Copy this file, this link rather. Copy everything here and then just paste it in my HTML. But I prefer for this particular work, I prefer to import into my CSS. I'm just going to copy this right here. I'm going to copy this and paste it inside our CSS file. So on its own, it won't do anything for you. It's always good to paste it at the top anyway. On its own, it won't do anything for you if you don't now select. If you don't now select and give particular elements the font families you want them to use. I'm just going to paste it in here. But I've imported these fonts, right? So let's save that. So if you check, you can see nothing really changes over here. I'm done with this. So nothing really changes over here because I'm not giving anything in font. So I just have to come back. Sorry. I want to show something quickly before. Let me still open that tab back. So under here, under this place, it says when you want to specify a particular font family. This is CSS rule you use to specify. So you can either use, if you want to use Inter, this is what you copy, right? If you want to use the other one, the second one, this is how you write the font name, and that is how it appears. So in case, just in case, this is all new to you anyway. So let's get started with styling our text section. So I'm just going to go in with the font for the text container. I'm going to give it a font family. So I have two fonts. So looking at them, I have to now decide which one is which. Okay, I've removed that. Anyway, let's just go with this. Right. So I have this. Both of them are sans serif fonts. So I can let me just try which goes. Come back into my CSS. So we're going to get styling from the top. So I want to style my I'm going to style my H2 element first of all. Give it a font and see what it looks like. If the font looks, if it looks good like what I have on the design, I will just carry on with that font. So I have two fonts I'm working with. according to the rule on the Google page, it says if you want to specify, you specify with font family, right? So the font family, I will try. I have Inter. It's either I go in with Inter or I go in with the other one. What's the name? Extend data. Right, this is the name of the second one. But anyway, let me just go in. Let me try Inter first of all, and so most times it's good practice, right? Conventionally, when you're writing your font family, always includes a fallback font in case the person that is looking at your web page now, in case this person doesn't have Inter on their browser, it can just fall back to the normal sans serif, which is universal for everybody. So I'm going to come over here and you can see the font. This font now is already applied here. If you look at it, you see the font is no longer the same with the rest of the page. So this part of the font now, most of you might know it as Times New Roman, but this is a font type that is known as serifs, while this is sans serif, right? So sans serif doesn't really have all these like decorations, all these extra extensions on it. So anyway, let's go on. Now let's quickly take a look at this desktop design. So you can see that this place now, this particular thing has a different color from the rest of the page. So I'm going to also give it that it's all aligned. So to do that, I will have to come into my HTML. So it's just this word that I want to give this word a different color. To do that, I will just give it a span over here. I'll just use the HTML element, HTML element known as span. I'll just give it a span and then put it in here. So cut this out and put it in the span. Alright, so okay. Alright, so on its own, the span doesn't do anything, sure, because if you open this thing and take a look now, it has still not done anything for me. So I'm going to come back inside my CSS now and then select it. So to select this now, this span, if you look, this span is like a child of my H2 element, right? So for me to select it, if I select span now, I wouldn't want to just pick out span universally, because what if I eventually have another span element somehow, somewhere around the rest of my web page? If I eventually come down somewhere and put a span, which I still would, I will still put a span somewhere as we proceed. But if I now use that, that means any style I apply to this will also automatically apply to the rest of my span. So to select this one only, I won't select only this one. I can either give it a class or I select it and the father that is carrying it. Basically, so this is like a child element. This one is like a child element of the H2. So I'm just going to come in and select it over here. So how you select something and child? I'm trying to select my span. So this is it. So basically, I'm calling the span that is located inside the H2. So this should make my workflow easier. So all I'm trying to give it is a color. Let's come into the style guide and see if they have a color for us. So for the background white, slightly white. Okay, so they actually give me that color. So but anyway, like you can see from here, we know that what we are looking for is like a purple color. So let's try. Let's just give it the color of purple. Let's see what if purple work for me. Okay, purple applies, but this purple is a little bit too dark for me. A little bit too dark, so I'm going to again I want to have my purple as RGB so that I can manipulate it. Or I don't even have to do this. I can actually just I can do it using that I can do it from here, right? Okay, this comes up and just I'll use it to move my what's going on. Yeah, I usually manipulate colors from here sometimes. So I'll just move this around a bit and see if it gives me like I'm trying to get like a lighter shade of purple. So I'm going to just move it towards the right. So let's see if this helps. Do that. Um, okay, it's lightening up a bit, but I don't think it's exactly like this yet. Okay, this is very light. This is quite light. So um, let's see this. Yes, good. Messing with me. Okay, want this to be a little bit lighter. Okay, I think this is okay. I think this purple is beginning to look like what I need it to look like again. Not so much, not so much, not so much. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, the color is not so close. Um, hey guys, we have to actually do like a bit of manipulation over here just to get the color that we want. Not too dark. Oof, okay, I think we can go with this. Again, on your own, maybe you can just play around with the colors a bit more. You can play around with the colors and just try to get them to give you what you need. So, but I think this is close enough to what we have. So let's just proceed because of time. Let's just proceed. It's already past. Darlington, Darlington. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Should we proceed? I just looked at the time now. Yeah, I actually just looked at the time now. Okay, okay. All right. All right, guys. So we actually running. Our session is 8:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock, right? So we've actually exceeded our time, but let's just do something that so far this is what we have. So what it means is that we'll continue next week, but um let's just okay let's add the font to this place at least so that from next week we'll carry on from where we stopped. So let's put in the font for the rest of the body. So looking into my HTML, I can see that the rest of my text content is basically paragraph elements, paragraph everywhere. So I can just what I have to do is I just have to select the P elements, but over here because everything this part is selected this part is written in HTML as a paragraph, right? This part too is also written as a paragraph, but if you look closely you will notice that this font is not exactly the same with this. So what it simply means is that if I put my paragraph elements now it will now give everything here the same font, which I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to give this one separate. I'm just going to give it a separate a class on its own so that I can apply only that I can apply the font only to here, and then as we come down we'll see the rest. So let me just quickly give this a class. Um get back into my I'll get back into my HTML. This is the paragraph I'm trying to work on right now. So let me just give you the class. Let's give the class here. Maybe paragraph. Right. Let's look at the style guide because most times they provide this as in the style guide. So Okay, not really. Okay, the only thing they actually provided here for us is the color they want us to use for the paragraph, which is this. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine because the class naming doesn't really mean anything. The only thing you have to know about class naming is that you have to just name your classes in a way that other people can easily look at it and understand it. Don't be too ambiguous with your class names and all that. So paragraph, if you look at this and the class of paragraph, you already know that this is what I'm talking about, or you have the idea that I'm referring to like a paragraph element. So right, so let me just come into here and if you notice I'm pushing my image container down because that's how I like to structure it. Since I'm working on the text, everything that has to do with the text has to like be in one CSS, in one like style flow, so that as you're coming down from the top of the CSS, the style sheet, as you're looking at it, you can easily be seeing what's going on before you now get to the part where we have styled the image container, right? So let's just quickly go to the paragraph class. Let's just give it the class of that right paragraph. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to give this paragraph a font family. I'll still maintain this font, I'll still maintain this font from these two because they're basically the same thing. I'm going to copy this and put it in here. Save it. So let's see what that gives us. Okay, so I have this font already. So you can see my font is just changing gradually. So the whole thing is beginning to look like it, right? So like I said, they gave us a color they want us to use over here, which is this color. They want us to use this color for our paragraph, which they called according to their style guide, named main paragraph. So let's put this in and see what that looks like. So copy this and then this over here. This should be the color of my paragraph elements. This you can see. Okay, so it's a little bit grayish to an extent. Let's compare it to the initial image that we have and see if it looks like it at all. Let's go. Okay. Wow. Okay, so if you look at this now, this is the image. This and this one still looks a little bit lighter than this, so I'm going to have to darken it a bit. So let's bring this back up and anyway, this is not actually what I'm going to do. Okay, so where is that? Okay, so they have this value of 0.75 for the lightness of the paragraph elements. So I'm going to manipulate it from here basically. So I'll try 0.6, see if that will do what I need. So okay, 0.6 is actually a little bit darker. I think that's how we want it to look like. Actually, let's see. Okay, that's actually. I think it looks dark enough, right? I think it looks dark enough compared to this. I think we'll go with 0.6, right? Or maybe let me try maybe still touching this a little bit. Maybe let me try 0.65. Yes. 0.65, okay. Okay, I think this looks good enough compared to this. I think they are beginning to look good. Anyway, we'll just go with this. Let's just go with this. Right. So all right. So we've given a font to this. This is 10:20 p.m. So I think we might just have to just pause there and carry on next week. Carry on when we come back next week because of time. We are sorry. Okay, Emmanuel, I just saw your comments right now. Didn't follow picker from the browser. Okay. I think this is a suggestion. I appreciate that. I think I get what you mean. So, but anyway, we're actually running out of way out of time. So I think we will just have to pause here. This is what we have so far. So when we get back on Monday, we'll just complete the rest of the page and get it looking as good as possible. But what we have to do next week is that we have to be a little bit faster. We have to speed it up more because that next week we also have to do the mobile version of the whole thing. So because it's not just about doing what the card components we're expected to build. Like you can see here, there's a mobile view and then there's like a desktop view. So far we've just been working with the desktop, but we also have to do this, right? So we'll do all of this next week and just get things rolling. So guys, thank you very much for coming around today. We're out of time actually. I would have loved for us to carry on, but we're out of time. So we'll carry on from next week and then just try to wrap it up. So yeah, thank you very much for coming around. Darlington, I think you can carry on from here.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for coming around. If you've been available till now, then thank you so much. You are the OG. Okay, so we'll be wrapping up things here for now, and we'll be continuing next week Monday, same time, same venue. Please, guys, do well to come around, so we won't have to delay for 10 minutes before starting the session. And I guess that would be all for now. So if you have any questions, just pop it up on the group chat, and we'll be giving an assignment. We'll be giving an assignment for the week, but the assignment will probably stretch till next week, and further details will be communicated to us. So thank you so much, Emanuela. Thank you so much for taking out your
Thank you.
time to go through HTML and CSS with us today.
Thank you very
And that
much.
would be all for today. Yeah. Okay, good night, everyone. Yeah, good night, Manuela.
Thanks everyone. Thanks and good night. Don't forget to drop your questions in the group if you have any. So thank you to Darlington. I think we can end now.